think we're rolling. Yes. Yeah, okay, cool. So, I had this, like, fucking incredibly stupid idea, and I thought I'd give it a go. Of playing through all the Pokemon games. This is not a Nuzlocke. This is... I just fancied playing the Pokemon games. So I genuinely had this thought of, yeah, going through them all one by one. So I'm going to start with red, then blue, then yellow. But I'm going to just obviously see how much fun a lot of this is. But basically all the games that I have that I can record easily, which is basically not on my Switch. Maybe one day, because I have got an emulator recorder thing. I have got a game capture, sorry, what I meant to say. But that sounds like a lot of works, but this is going to take me a long time to get through, so... I think it's very fitting to call Pokemon Red to name after Red Vector as well for my rival. But as a what would you call it? As a point to go through that, I've never played through Pokemon Red. Pokemon Blue was my jam way back when, and I do have a copy of Pokemon Red, but I ended up never playing it. I bought it like secondhand so that I had the set because I was sad like that. Bulbasaur is obviously the OG. But I'm going to randomize which Pokemon I pick. And I rolled a dice before I started, but I think I'm going to roll just while I'm streaming, just so that people can see what I'm doing. I'm just going to roll a d6, and just 1 to 2 will be the first one, 3 and 4 will be the second, so on, so on. I've never played these games using Pokemon, using Game Boy Color. So I've never had, like, the little color sprites either, so it's interesting. Right. So this will be it. And roll 4. So that's the middle one. So we're going to be going with Squirtle. I never usually nickname Pokemon. Maybe this will be the one where I will do it. And my thought would be, if I play Pokemon Blue after this game, then I'll just pick between the other two, and I'll try not to use the same team. So I'm thinking... Sorry, hang on. I'm gonna... do it as kind of Nuzlocke rules to a degree, where I'm just gonna try to catch one Pokemon per route. Hey, Hero.
Ayo.
I'll hang on. Let me just set it up so you can see what I'm doing. I'm streaming Pokemon.
I saw that.
I'll put it so that you can see the game. I had a fucking. I just explained it for my stream, but I'll just do it for you. Is that I had this like really insane idea that's not practical at all. Where I was just gonna I might play through all of them, but like I'm not gonna do it. I'm not doing special. I think I've lost this. Yeah. Yeah, I've lost. Oh no, I've not. He's retarded. Oh, excellent. So I'm playing through Pokemon Red. I never played this game properly back in the day. But yeah, I just thought it would be something chill to play. And of course, I've called the rival Red. First of all, I feel it's fitting because it's Pokemon Red, and secondly, Professor. Actually, hang on. Only downside is that I was trying to get the audio right, but the audio is like a bit obnoxiously loud on my headphones. There we go, that's better. You alright anyway?
Just woke up.
Yeah. Well, if I get to that point, you can help me nickname some Pokemon when I get a handful. But yeah, so I'm not Nuzlocking because I always end up just giving up on those. Not in like a way that I'm like, I'm fed up, I give up. I just sort of forget about it. Whereas if I do it casually, I don't have to worry about playing like optimally, you know.
Well, last night, Will and I were watching a movie.
I saw you were watching Event Horizon, weren't you?
Yeah, we did. We watched that, but first we were watching this horror movie called Thanksgiving.
Oh.
It's so fucking stupid.
I mean,
like
you could tell me though. You could tell me about it. If it's oh, for
like,
God's sake!
Basically, it's this movie. It's about these how should I say it? So it's the day of Thanksgiving, and these kids are gonna go to this mall, I guess, because the girl's dad owns it, so she was gonna sneak them in and everything, and they can get in first without dealing with the Black Friday people who were going absolute ape shit outside. And this kid from like the neighboring school who doesn't like them sees them, and he starts a riot by saying everybody go inside, and so everybody starts rushing in, and it's just like an absolute bloodbath because you had like one guy who's like standing too close to the glass and it breaks and it like cuts his throat. Then you had
what the fuck?
Yeah, then there's like one woman who ends up like, I think she gets pushed to the ground and she gets smacked in the face by like a cart and gets like knocked out, and then her hair gets caught in it, and then like it pulls the hair from her head and she dies.
So it's like a not horror movie where they're just trying their best to make it a horror film.
But it's also like, I'm like, that's not gonna happen with hair. With a cart, it's gonna pull your hair, but it's not gonna pull your scalp.
Well, I mean, it's gonna. I mean, worst that'll happen is it'll rip your hair out, and you might bleed a little, but you're not gonna get scalped, yeah.
And then she dies, and yeah, and so then it's the following year, and everybody's just like, don't open the store on that day again.
They were 1 year later.
Yeah, and the girl whose dad owns the store, his arm broke because someone stepped on it, but the way it turned, it made like the letter C.
Okay.
Yeah, so his arm got fucked, and he was a baseball player, so now he can't throw a pitch and everything, and he disappeared for like a year because he ghosted everybody, and they start getting messages like from, because this is supposed to be in Plymouth, so it has to deal with John Carver, so they have like this mask that is for John Carver, that's being the horror mask.
Okay.
And so the killer starts to hunt down the people who you can see like the faces of the people who were part of the stampede to get into the building. So he starts with this one waitress who was one of the first people to get into the store. And the way he kills her is first he slices her hand, then he throws her into like this sink that's full of water. And this is at like a diner. Then he like grabs the freezer door and shoves her face into it, so the skin is like stuck to the door.
Right.
And so he tries to slash her with an axe, but she pulls away, and she can't get her phone to work because it's all bloody. And instead of wiping it off, she just stands there like
He's trying to tap it.
Yeah. Then she tries face recognition, but because her face is all fucked up, she can't do it.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, so she leaves the room because she doesn't see the guy. And instead of, like, looking for her keys, like, bringing her purse back into the room that she was in and looking for her keys, she walks outside looking for her keys, and she's like, I can't find my keys, god damn it! And the killer has her car keys.
Right.
So he starts chasing her down, and she tries to jump into a garbage, like a dumpster. So she does, her body's like halfway over it, but instead of it being like, oh, he runs her over or something, no, the lid of the trash can, like, cuts her in half.
What?
Yeah, the lid of the trash can cuts her in half.
Right.
And I was like, what the fuck? That's what I told Will. I was like, Will, we need to finish this movie. It's so fucking ridiculous.
I'm surprised he didn't do a video on it, although he's got all his Jurassic Park movies to do.
Yeah, and I told him, he was like, no, I can't.
I know you were there last night, but like that opening, I'm so happy he left me and Jacob just being retarded.
Yeah.
It was peak cinema. And I like that comment that you shared that someone like, Tom has to do it for the next thing.
Oh yeah. And so then the guy basically starts killing people who are involved, and he kills the security guard who like ran away that night when the people started going crazy in like the stampede to the building. So he like somehow what is it? Those you can attach like whisk to it, and it's like you can turn it on and it just blends and everything, like those. He somehow shoves it into the guy's stomach.
Right.
And kills him that way.
Okay.
And then he like decapitates him and takes the guy's head. So he's got the upper torso of the one woman, then he's got the head of the guy, and so then he starts trying to he kidnaps two of this girl's friends to have at this table for Thanksgiving. Then he's going to go kill the one jock and his girlfriend, the one who incited the riot. But the way he kills the jock, it's so stupid. He grabs the guy's head and basically just breaks his neck, turning the guy's head the other way.
Right.
like basically just 180 the kid's head.
Of course. Oh my god, Bubbles.
And the girl,
Bubbles!
cheerleader.
I'm listening, but Bubbles is missing.
The girlfriend, she was trying to do this, I guess, like, jump on a trampoline sexy act. It was really stupid. And she goes to, like, start undressing when the killer, like, sticks, like, a knife or whatever through the trampoline. She just starts jumping and starts cutting her up.
You've never sexually used a trampoline.
She, like, it, like, cuts at her feet, and then she falls and she lands on the knife.
Jesus Christ. This sounds like peak cinema.
And, oh yeah, so, they're in this parade, and, there's, like, a guy who's dressed as a turkey, and this whole area, like, loses its shit. So, this guy is dressed in, like, a scary clown costume, and decapitates the kid who's wearing the turkey costume.
Yeah.
And everything just goes crazy. Like, they're not shooting him or nothing. And then, there's like tear gas or whatever being thrown, or like the guy's got like these canisters and he's able to knock out, oh wait, I almost forgot. There is a Russian guy in here because his daughter is one of the kids that is going to get killed. And, she's like on FaceTime with the two friends. And as she's on FaceTime, the killer gets into her house, knocks out her dad and the security guard, and he like shoves, you know those things that like you push into like the ends of corn so you can eat it?
Yeah, corn holders things, yeah.
Yeah, he like shoves it into her ears.
Okay.
And then when the two friends get to her house, one of them is her boyfriend, they're like, he's got like a gun on him and he's going to shoot the guy. And the guy pushes her into like like he turns it on a saw, and she like lands on it, and she like cuts up her stomach.
You were very
And so
happy
she
about watching this
dies.
movie, weren't you?
Oh my god, this thing is so fucking stupid. But it's one of those movies where like the girl is being chased through the woods by the killer, and she climbs over a fence and she runs away, and then it comes across this guy who the sheriff, who's laying on the ground and he's got like a bash in his head. And Will and I were trying to debate on who the killer was.
Yeah.
And you see the girl's ex-boyfriend, or you see like somebody go into the building, and I was just like, oh, I wonder if they're gonna do two killers or something. And he was like, that does sound plausible. And so you go in and you see the ex-boyfriend who had like taken off the mask and everything. It was a really weird cut. And she tells the sheriff, and you hear like 3 shots, and then she's alone with the sheriff in the room, and she looks at his feet, and apparently he's wearing these shoes that got like these flowers and stuff or whatever on them from when he was chasing her in the woods. And I was like, that makes no sense for him to be the killer. It does not. And it turns out the sheriff was the killer because the woman who was ran over by a cart, he was having an affair with her, and she was pregnant, and now he's upset. So he's trying to kill everybody who was involved.
What?
Yeah. And so because of that, while he was basically confessing, she was live streaming the whole thing. So now everybody knows that the sheriff is the killer.
Okay.
Yeah. And it was only just one killer, but I'm like, it makes no sense because I was like, one, he was chasing her in the woods and she was ahead of him. And then all of a sudden he somehow got all the way in front of her to lay on the ground and get hit in the head. I'm like, that makes no sense. I'm like, there should have at least been 2 killers. I'm like, but the girl's ex-boyfriend and her are like trying to escape the sheriff, and while doing that, she like turns on this like gas or whatever, and they're trying to escape, and she loads up a musket and shoots it, and it explodes because of the gas. And then they're like, oh, well, nobody could have survived the blast and everything, and we couldn't find a body. Everything's incinerated. And it's like, you see these like masked firefighters who are going in, so it's just like he's probably one of the firefighters or something. It was just stupid. And then we watched Event Horizon, and that was a good movie.
I was gonna say which is a good movie. So
I really enjoyed it. I would like Will was asking me. He was just like, "What do you think the film's gonna be about?" And I was just like, I was like, aliens maybe.
Oh, have you not seen Event Horizon before?
No.
Oh, I have. It's a good movie.
I didn't see I did not see it until last night.
It's like it's flawed, but it's like a cult classic-y movie, yeah.
Like when we were watching it and it came to like Sam Neill like yelling, I was like, oh, that's where the meme is from. Because I know drinkers use the, and I think EFAP has used the yell that Sam Neill did. But Will was just like, what do you know about this movie? I said, the only thing I know is there's like a picture of Sam Neill with his eyes fucked up. And that was it.
Well, there's that
And he was,
there's that behind the scenes stuff that everyone that has looked into it knows about. That's got like behind the scenes stuff that was never used because it was otherwise it got like a too bad for cinema rating.
yeah. Will and I were talking about that because he was telling me that like apparently there was like 30 extra minutes or something like that.
Yeah, it's a lot of content.
It tested bad. Well, I say tested bad, but it was more so like the audience thought it was too scary, too graphic.
Like I've seen the behind the scenes stuff and the visual effects are incredible, but it's very gruesome for what you what you need. Like it is that thing where I guess it's like a shame that it wasn't like released like as like an extended cut for the actual movie, but yeah, it wasn't necessary for the film.
And
I think the main thing is that it confirms that it was definitely a portal to hell, but you know that basically already.
Yeah, and like apparently there was like a editing error, so then they ended up losing a lot of the footage or something like that. And when I was talking to Will about it, I was just like, I completely forget that the movie was made by Paul W.S. Anderson, the same guy who made the Resident Evil movies.
Yeah, see, I forgot about that, but I've not really seen the Resident Evil movies.
No, I remember we stopped.
Well, I only really saw the first one because yeah, that was just when I stopped as well. But like they're fun, but for like the wrong reasons. But I never really got into them.
But I think the other night I was trying to show Will, because Will was just like, oh, we got all these movies, and he downloaded one that I told him about, because it's Disney's only horror movie.
What is it?
It's called Stay Alive.
Not heard of it.
And basically the premise of the game is that it's about Elizabeth Bathory, and you go to her mansion, and
who's Elizabeth Bathory?
Huh?
Who is she?
I think they called her like the Blood Countess, but she was like a Romanian queen or whatever from like way back, and she was suspected of like murdering a bunch of girls and using their blood to keep her looking young.
Oh.
And yeah. And the premise of the movie is basically like if you die in the game, then that's how you'll die in real life. And so like this one guy and his two friends end up getting killed the same way they did in the game. And then when they're at the funeral, the one sister was just like, oh, like this is some of his stuff if you want to have it, to our main character. And then he and his friends play the game, and now it's a, oh, you have to stay alive type thing.
Fair enough. Sounds exciting.
It's actually pretty boring and slow.
Yeah, I mean, not surprised that Disney didn't keep doing horror, and not just for their brand, but also just because I can't imagine they would be able to make a horror film. I don't even like horror, but still.
It was like the Valentine movie when you're just like, I don't watch horror movies. I was just like, yep.
Well, I still have. Well, I mean, using Valentine's, I'd say that like, I mean, I have watched the horror movies with you guys and that, but like, I'd say if that Valentine's was like the only one I watched, I'd say I'd still haven't watched them because that wasn't really a horror film either.
Yeah, it was pretty stupid.
I've been playing for 20 minutes. I like that because the game doesn't recognize speed up for obvious reasons. It's like, you've been playing for an hour and a half because I've been using the speed up just now while I've been talking. Alright, let's see if I can win the battle with red. I have a turtle, a rat, and a pigeon. Let's go. You do that today?
Yeah, I'm not working today, so hopefully I'll be back to work on Sunday.
Same work?
Yeah.
Has it got any better?
Oh, did I tell you what happened?
You tell you what happened the first time when they were being just shitty.
Well, so they fired me Sunday, last
did
Sunday.
they?
Yeah. And then they rehired me Monday.
Where?
Yeah.
Okay.
They were like, because I came back, I think pretty late, but I think I was delivering too slow. And they wrote it as like a final notice, and they're just like, oh, you're delivering too slow. We're wasting resources. The company is having to like pay you for all those like extra hours and everything. And so I called my boss, and she was really nice about like the whole thing. And she was like, I will let you resign if you want to. And she was like, you want to come in to work tomorrow and have tomorrow be your last day? And I was like, yeah, sure. So I went to work, and I had like a lot shorter packages. Like I had like 60 stops and 67 packages, so it was easy to get through. And then like by like 3 in the afternoon, I had like very few left.
Yeah.
And she called me. She's like, oh my God, you did so good today. She's like, I want to give you a second chance. And I was like, oh yeah, I did good today. I had like half of what I normally have for stops. I'm like, went from having like 119 stops to 60. So that's gonna do a lot, but that's gonna help me do better. And so then I got a second chance, and I didn't work last Tuesday because I had a dentist appointment, but I worked Wednesday. And I had like 119 stops, and 100 and something packages, and I delivered like 86. So, but they didn't tell me I wasn't coming back, and then I worked this week. But
see what happens, I guess then.
Yeah, so I guess we'll see if I come back.
Are you looking
Sunday.
for like other work while you're doing all this?
Yeah. Because this one other girl told me that she's also looking for another job because, basically, if you're, like, in these branded vans, like the vans that are actually Amazons.
Yeah.
It watches your every move. And she was in some part of Alabama, and so she couldn't see the, plate.
Yeah.
Or, like, not the plate, the speed limit. And so she got like 3 infractions against her. And so she...
What, for speeding? Or...
Yeah, for speeding. And so because of that, they were like, oh, you're going to have to not work some amount of days. And then it turned out that those were false infractions. Like, she didn't know the speed limit. It didn't show her and everything. So she was like, I'm gonna have to look for another job because, she's like, they said that they were the infractions were against me, but it turns out those were false, and I was just like, they should at least compensate you for the fact that you didn't work those 3 days, because, I'm like, if you had actually done them, and they were against you, and they stayed, then I could understand, but other than that, no. Hey, Jake.
Yeah, Jacob, I'm playing through classic Pokemon.
See,
I decided to do a mad thing of like going through this will be like a slow thing. I won't be doing like going through them incredibly fast, but I thought I'm gonna play through like all of the Pokemon games.
Every last one.
Well, like the ones that are like relatively easy to get through. like on my PC, like the ones on Switch. I have got like a game capture card, but I'm like, that's sick setup, and I've got a long time to get to. I got there anyway, so I've got all of my PC. I own everything on my on real hardware. It's just obviously setting that shit up and paying for it is insane.
Yeah. Are you gonna do Coliseum and XD?
Oh yeah, I'll do them after I've done Emerald.
Cool.
Assuming I get to that point. I tried to do that before, but this time I tried to always do like challenges, and I always... It's not even that I can't do them. I've done them before on my own, but I get bored of like... Not bored of streaming, I just kind of get distracted. Then when I come back, I'm like, oh shit, what have I got? Oh wait, if I'm doing like Nuzlocke rules, then that's insanely hard, because I don't know where I'm at. So I'm just going to do a casual playthroughs. I thought it'd be a bit of a laugh. Right then, let's see what my Viridian... I'm kind of doing semi-Nuzlocke rules, but not really. Basically, that it just means so that I'm not using the same team for every game. You know. Right then. So I'm going to be using a Weedle.
So
Assuming assuming I don't kill it in one hit.
So are you going to be doing what I do whenever I go back and play the first generation, or at least Red and Blue? Or are you going to clone items?
No, I'm doing it basically legit. Like,
You're not
I
legit,
consider
Jacob.
that I consider it legit because I'm just exploiting the developers' oversights.
oh no, like it's in the game. I'm not like bothered about what anyone else does. I'm just,
I mean, that's fair.
this is just like what I like I'm using speed up and things like that because that's just like, you know, saving me a bit of time. Like the game thinks I've been playing it for nearly 2 hours and I've not. I played it for like half an hour.
Are you gonna, now, instead of cloning items, what are you gonna try and exploit the badge boost glitch?
But that's not really. Is that really a glitch? I mean, it is a glitch, but like that's just you do the stat.
Okay,
Wait. Is that one I'm thinking of the one we do the stat boosts?
Yeah, so if you do a stat boost, now granted, like it's not like you get the badge and you get the general boost and that's it. It's when your stats change at all. And then the badge boost glitch is the badge boost is applied again.
Yeah.
So it's like constantly applying. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's gonna happen to you either way, but like, you know, I understand why people don't want to consciously do it.
I'm probably not gonna like try not to do it, but at the same time, I'm probably not gonna go out my way to do it either.
Yeah, it's like, aha, yeah, sword stance. I will use sword stance.
Is Sword Stance in the first game?
Yes, it is. I believe it's a TM you can get from the casino. I believe it's either or that it's in one of them. I know it's in yellow. But this is red, so you know.
Yeah. Well, I actually have. I never actually played Red back in the day. I was always played Pokemon Blue. Like I bought Red a while later, but I ended up not really playing it. I've gone through random as well. Like when I picked my first starter Pokemon, because I've played through these games with all of them at least once, I just used a dice to choose my starter. Yeah. And then next time I'm going to do the same thing, but obviously just choose between Bulbasaur and Charmander when I get to Blue. Then obviously Yellow, it's Pikachu.
Yeah. Kind of like fun thing about the in Yellow, they actually like they didn't fix it, but they made it harder for you to do the missing no glitch, so cloning items became a lot harder. You can still do it, but you have to jump through a lot of hoops. So if I remember correctly, you need a Pokemon with like a 184 special stat, and then you need to go and have a Ditto transform it. Before you do that, you need to go and like trigger the glitch.
I've done a lot of the glitches before. Like I've done the Mew one once in Blue and that, but I'm probably just not going to do it in this game just because I can't be asked.
I mean, that's fair. That's fair. I do it because I think it's funny.
Oh no, and it is amusing. It's just it's purely just I can't. Oh. Well.
Yeah, I've also. Well, to be fair, this was when Poison was super effective against Bug and vice versa.
Yeah, that
I believe.
The amount of glitches in this game, but this game was sort of made with like Pritt Stick and hopes and dreams.
Yeah, and you know it worked. So. we need to go to the Pokemon Center.
But yeah, so it's like I'm just using the speed just to make grinding easier because.
Yeah. I mean, you can probably bulldoze through Brock right now.
Because I caught it, I think I'm just going to evolve Weedle, then carry on as normal.
Oh yeah, it evolves. It evolves
level
at
7 and
level
10.
7. Yeah. Nidoran, man. I am more of a Nidoqueen man. I don't know why. I've always. So Nidoking used to be my favorite of the two back in the day.
Well, I mean, Nidoking is
Nido...
broken, but obviously I've not gotten it because I happened to I happened to catch Rattata at this route, and I'm just sticking with him.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, Nidoking is is a lot stronger in here than he would be in the later ones. But I've always just preferred Nidoqueen. I don't know why. I just always have.
Neither of them have appealed to me. Like I don't dislike either of them, but they've never been my choices. But I always was really averse to using like stone evolutions though when I my first playthrough, because I was always panicking about like evolving them at the wrong time, you know.
Oh yeah, because a lot of stone evolutions, especially back then, once you evolve with the stone, they stop learning moves naturally.
Yeah, which doesn't really matter actually in this game, but with how my like 4-year-old, because I played this game when I was very young, when my 3 or 4-year-old brain was doing it, I was just like, that complicated. I'm just going to use the other ones.
Yeah, that's fair. Oh, I finally got to Cynthia in Brilliant Diamond, and
I keep doing that.
I was very She used me, Asa.
she's tough.
I don't know. When I saw the Flame Orb on the Milotic to trigger Marvel Scale, I'm like, you're not supposed to do that. You're a modern Pokemon game. You're not.
I know people don't like it. I know like competitive wise it sucks, but like Pidgeot and that has always been like my favorite. So I'm glad I got Pidgeot on my first route. I fucking love Pidgeot.
I wonder. Oh yeah, same. But like, I wonder how his Mega Form is, because I've never actually used his Mega Form, which was introduced in Oras, but like you would have needed to, I believe, trade it over the Pidgey if you want to use it during the main game.
Yes.
So
I didn't bother, but I think I used it on when I played Let's Go Pikachu, because you know when you beat the game you get the Mega Evolutions, which was fun. But
oh yeah, you do.
But
that's another one I need to beat.
I did. That was fun. I've played that game quite a few times actually. I really like the Let's Go. There's issues with them, but I think they're really fun. It's funny how adding the fairy type really changes stuff as well.
Oh yeah, I'm using a Clefable in it, and it's like, aha, fairy. I actually didn't mind the addition of a fairy type. I know a lot of people were weird about it when it first happened.
That's when I stopped playing Pokemon as religiously as I did. That was when the type chart still fucks me up a bit with that type, but it's not the game's fault. I like them adding new types. I think it adds a bit more life to the game.
Yeah. I remember hearing people that said they wanted like a sound type just to give ice another resistance because of how ice interacts with sound, which I am not against, because ice, defensively speaking, is awful.
Ice is, I think, like mechanically the worst type in the game, but a lot of ice Pokemon I really like.
Yeah. Oh, stay.
It has its place, but yeah, like
yeah. Lapras.
I think one of my favorite ice type is Glalie.
Oh, I love Glalie. I wish Glalie was better, but.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's what I mean though. A lot of ice type Pokemon that mainly because it's a pure ice as well. It just has so many issues.
Oh, I love Frostlass. Frostlass is super cool. I love Frostlass. Oh, there was Alolan Ninetales.
Oh, I love Alolan Ninetales. I actually, even though mechanically they're not very good because the types don't help each other at all, but I think Alolan like Sandshrew and Sandslash, looks up for, like, I think visually I love them. And I used it during one of my playthroughs of Let's Go, but yeah, mechanically 4 times weak to fighting and fire. Oof.
Yeah. But while I absolutely adore the fossils of Gen 6, Tyrantrum is like my second favorite Pokemon because not only is it a T-Rex, but it's a T-Rex with a mane and a beard of feathers, which I think is hyper-based. Auroros, I also adore
I
Auroros.
love Auroros. Auroros is my choice, even though I know
But it's Ice Rock.
I know, even though it is like mechanically the worst one, but visually I love her. I had a weird team when I played X and Y. I used like my starter Bulbasaur, Go-Goat because I thought Go-Goat was awesome, and then I used Aurorus and Carbink, and I can't remember what my last one was. I think that was one that I just was like changing around. I keep doing that.
Oh yeah, I remember I called it my underdog run, where I was using Pokemon that weren't necessarily awful, but just not great. It was like Ninjask, Swalot, Dunsparce, and I can't remember the rest. Oh, Slowbro.
Oh yeah, it was like for my playthrough of what would you Scarlet and Violet. I used a lot of the new evolution Pokemon. Like I fucking used the Dunsparce because it was funny.
Oh, same.
And Farigiraf, which is
adore
actually a cool Pokemon, but like I just like
Girafarig
needs more love.
Yeah, I absolutely adore Dunsparce. It's one of my favorites because it has, and the thing is, Dunsparce has the potential to be really, really good because it learns a lot of good moves, and Serene Grace is a great ability. The problem is that its stats just aren't, that great.
I mean, I'm not bothered because of obviously what Dunsparce is meant to represent. It's a
Tanuki.
Yeah, it's meant to be just like it's rare and it's like worth a lot of money, but like as like an actual battling Pokemon, it fucking sucks. But like again, that's what the game is meant to be doing, so it's not like it's broken. But,
sorry, not a Tanuki, a Tsuchino.
I was gonna say I didn't know which one it was, but yeah, I knew it's based off. There we go. Right then, I get my B.
Yeah. Fuck. Now I'm wanting to just like go to my phone and start playing like one of the Pokemon hacks I have on there. Darn you. Probably
the fun games.
Blaze.
Yeah,
Blaze Black 2, probably.
So Jacob, I've been playing this game for 40 minutes according to OBS, and it thinks I've been playing for 2.5 hours.
Oh. It's because you've been using speed up.
Yeah, I know. I just think it's funny. I mean, for grinding, I'm going to do it. When I'm like doing regular battles, I'm not going to be using it. But like just for like grinding shit, I just fucking hell, it just takes away that time.
I want to get that Dolphin emulator to play like the Harry Potter games.
Yeah, I've got that. It's really fun. I want to do the Harry Potter games one day. Maybe on the stream.
You did try it with, I think Lion and I were here. We were trying to watch it for the first one, but I think it was like the controls of the music was all messed up.
No, it worked. It just but I got bored of it. Maybe for you guys, but like on my side, it worked fine. Right then.
Yeah, I want to play, and I want to play through Eternal Darkness: Sanity's Requiem, because it's considered to be one of the best horror games of all time, and it's quite revolutionary in that aspect because you can target individual body parts, and because it's a like quote unquote it's like a Lovecraftian horror game. What it's infamous for doing is like you boot up your save file, and it's infamous for thinking that your save file got tricking you into thinking your save file was corrupted and you lost all your progress.
You mean it actually did that, or it just thought that?
No, it doesn't actually corrupt your save file, but like it makes it look like it's happened, right? Your save file is intact, but it for a little bit it makes you think it, and then it goes, "Ha, just kidding, you're good."
That's kind of funny, actually. I never played that game.
It's actually quite rare. I mean, I have a physical copy of it just because I saw it, and I mean, granted, you could always play it on emulator, and I don't really play any of my consoles anymore.
That's kind of my thing. I genuinely don't feel bad, especially if I own the games. And like, this just makes life easier. But it's like I already bought them, so fuck you. If anyone thinks, I know like regular people don't, but like companies get upset about it. But it's like, well, you should release it again, you stupid fucks. Because if it comes out on Steam again, I'll buy it.
Well,
well, unless you
I
like charge
frankly
like 50 quid for it. If you charge like a fiver for it, then fair enough. It's like I've bought
Well, this is
what game was it? So I bought like the Star Wars collection when it was on sale, but like full price, it's like Jesus, fuck off.
I've ranted this about Wyatt before, but like Nintendo is awful about this.
Yeah.
You cannot get Pokemon's Gens 1 through 7 on the Virtual Store.
It's bizarre.
I know, right?
Imagine, I think it'd be reasonable if
people
they sold it for 40 quid or $50 or whatever for like the whole like one for the Game Boy and Game Boy Advanced era, then one for the DS and 3DS era, like each. They would make a shit ton of money and it'd be easy.
They would. But like, and so I'd like the 3DS store was like so cool because you could. I think they had up to like Ruby, Sapphire, Emerald.
I bought. I already had the thing, so I never. But I bought Pokemon Blue and Pokemon Crystal on them. Was it Crystal?
Oh yeah, and
it was one. You know what I mean? I bought one of each of the old ones and
Yeah.
played it on my 3DS, and it was fun.
I know. I have Red on my 3DS. And then they shut down the DS store because Nintendo were fucking stupid. I believe that the version of Gold, Silver, Crystal is the one where you can get Celebi in it. Like just.
Oh yeah, they added that. Yeah, I remember that. That was a cool thing because obviously originally it was only in Japan with the special thing that they did. What I found about that recently, which I thought was funny, is that you know that whole thing in is it Eternal Forest? Where Celebi is.
So yeah.
That originally wasn't meant to be where Celebi was, but people just kept telling them like, "What is it for?" And they were like, "Oh shit, that'd be a cool idea." So then they added Celebi to that actually after the fact, which I thought was fun. Like Celebi was already a Pokemon, but what I mean is that where it was meant to be, they didn't actually have a plan. And then when people were like, "Oh, what is this bit for?" This, and then they're like, "Oh shit, yeah, that is actually a cool thing." I think it's funny.
Yeah, and I'm really pissed because that version of the game technically only exists on your 3DS if you bought it while the DS store was still a thing.
Yeah, well, the only reason I'm not annoyed is because I have my emulators, but it's fucking stupid. Like, why would they? Why would they do it the way they did it? But again, Nintendo make great games, but their business decisions are baffling.
That's baffling, and like the Switch is just not a particularly great console.
Yeah, I'm interested with this Switch too because I'll be getting it because like the Nintendo's like the only consoles I'm gonna bother with because of like good games and stuff like that. Not just Pokemon, but but you know like Zelda and Mario and all that. Although I fucking wish they would make like a good Zelda game again that was classic. That's why I really like the whole the Zelda game where you played as Zelda. I've forgotten what the game was called, but the new one that came out was actually really good. Cause it had things where it was like free roaming, but the dungeons were like classic dungeons. So I was totally like, oh, thank fuck.
I have never played a single Zelda game in my life because it just never interested me.
Yeah, I mean, not every game is for everyone, is it? But the classic Zelda games are my. Well, I was gonna say they're my jam. They're not Pokemon's my jam, but like they're really good. They're really good games, and I wish they carried on making them rather than the new Zelda games, which aren't Zelda games. Again, fucking like Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom are like fucking amazing games, but they're not Zelda games. Why? I don't know why they didn't make them a new IP, and I know why. It's because of brand recognition, but still, it's just annoying because it's like I love Zelda. Why have you made non-Zelda games? If they were just new games, I'd be like, wow, you've made a new IP that's awesome, and then you could still make Zelda games. But nope, they didn't because they're weird.
I finished Xenoblade Chronicles 2. This has been sitting on. I might have to restart it because I don't remember dick about it.
I just realized I didn't nickname my Beedrill. Oh, well, I don't nickname Pokemon usually anyway.
You can. Yeah, you'll have to wait till I think it's Lavender Town. I think is the name raider.
Oh, can you do that? I didn't know that was in this game.
I believe so.
Well, I'm not bothered anyway.
Yeah, but like you can't. The move deleter isn't until Gen 2, and even then, the move deleter is in the last town. Was it Blackthorn? I think it's called.
Yeah. But I usually don't nickname a Pokemon. I mean, I'm only doing it because I'm streaming, just as a little bit of flavour. But I just forgot to do it for my B because I just didn't think about it. Oh well. Well, I won't be using Beedrill for long anyway. Like relatively, like in the grand scheme of the game. I mean,
Well, yeah, because bug types bug has unfortunately, like, offensively speaking, gotten shafted the longest.
they got better.
'Cause you-
Like every generation made Bug way better, but yeah, Gen 1 especially was just unfortunate.
Well, yeah, you have like Scyther and Pinsir are really good stat wise. Their move pool is abysmal.
Yeah, it's a shame. But like the only thing I will say, like, I fucking love Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald, but the absolute this physical special split was fucking balked. It always was.
No, they didn't do the physical special.
It wasn't
split
until Diamond
was
and Pearl.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I mean. I love Diamond and Pearl. I love Ruby and Sapphire, but it's a shame that it wasn't until after then. Like that, and it always.
Yeah.
And as a kid, I didn't notice that just because I'm like, Fire Punch special. What the fuck? That makes no sense. And I didn't even like
Like,
register
when
that, so I played like an idiot. But anyhow,
Yeah, I absolutely adored the physical special split in retrospect, especially going back and learning the mechanics of the Pokemon games, like more in depth. And it's like, oh wow, this actually opens up a lot of possibilities. Because like Pokemon like Crawdont and Absol were kind of worthless in Ruby and Sapphire and Emerald because they were physical attacking Pokemon, and their types were special.
yeah, I mean,
Like, I don't understand why Dark was special and Ghost was physical. That was stupid.
yeah, I mean, you can make it work, but it's a shame that you really have to work at it rather than like play to the Pokemon's natural strength. But like, eventually it got fixed. It's just weird that it took so long. I'm not surprised it wasn't in this game, but I am surprised it was like they didn't change it after this game. Like,
Oh, wait, I'm sorry. I know why Ghost was physical, because the psychic types were all special based, but you only have one Ghost move that does any kind of damage that gets a stat bonus, and it's a bad one. And I think there's a glitch in the game that makes it not very effective or makes psychic Pokemon unaffected by it.
yeah, it's something like that. It's a strange beast. Again, duct tape and dreams. Wait, do you give me water? Do you give me things, or do you just tell me stuff in this game?
No, they don't give you like stuff. They just tell you a thing. Oh, okay.
No, they give you advice in this game. I'm not bothered. I just forgotten because again, I've not played this game properly for a long time. I tried a Pokemon Blue Nuzlocke, which was fun for the time I did it, but again, I just sort of fell away from it. I was doing well. I only lost one Pokemon, but man. No, I didn't. I lost like my whole team at one point, but then I replaced them pretty quick. But obviously it was early game, so it didn't matter.
I could not do a Nuzlocke.
I can. I've done them on my own. It's just streaming them. I just lose interest. And again, I want to make my point. It's not the game that I lose interest in. It's just I get distracted, do other things, and when I come back, I'm like, oh wait, shit. I've now got to like pay attention, and I've forgotten everything. So I've spent half an hour like working out what Pokemon I've got, and then I'm like, wait, this is boring. Whereas if I was playing it casually on my own, it would be fine because I'd just be playing it casually. I always find it funny as well that Brock's gym is a rock gym, but his lackeys have ground Pokemon.
Well, I mean, his Pokemon are also part ground, so you
Yeah,
could
but
say
it is
he's
a rock
and
gym.
ground trainer. I mean, yeah, it's rock first and foremost, but at the very least, like, these are ground Pokemon, but you're a rock trainer. Well, I mean, Geodude and Onix are ground types, like.
Well, there's that thing for the longest time, and I don't think anyone's alone. That I genuinely was under the impression that rock was resistant to electric, and obviously it's not. It's because of their ground typing, but yeah.
Yeah.
Because I remember Alex, when I was talking to him about it, he didn't know that wasn't the case, but obviously he's not played Pokemon since way back when. Like, I think he played, like, Gold and Silver when he was a kid. That was, like, the last ones he played, you know what I mean, when he was tiny. So, and when I was using Pikachu against, like, an Aerodactyl, he was like, oh, shit, that won't work. I'm like, oh, no, it's fine, it's a rock flying. He's like, but rock? I'm like, yeah, I know, it's how the game is. I think as, what would you call it, as, like, an actual, for teaching the player, him having Geodude and Onix is not great for learning that, but at the same time, the only ones that you can use are the foster Pokemon that aren't ground type, aren't they, that are rock in this gen.
Yeah.
So I don't even blame them, but at the same time, you're like, man, it didn't help.
No. Then again, if you used like Kabuto or Ammonite, Bulbasaur would be even better. Well, no, Bulbasaur's already the best.
Bulbasaur is
Bulbasaur.
Bulbasaur's my favorite starter anyway. And but Bulbasaur is my usual choice, but like I said, I wanted a bit of randomness. And that's when I thought when I eventually get to Gold, Silver, and Crystal, I'll be able to use all three. You know, the Gen 2 starters, because I know Chikorita's the worst, but I still like Chikorita as a Pokemon. It's still cool Pokemon.
Oh, yeah.
It's just unfortunately not well suited to that generation.
Nope. And this is, I don't know, my Pokemon hot take. I don't think I think
Oh,
Charizard's
Bubbles is
overrated.
evolving.
I got a Wartortle,
Wartongle.
and I got Bide.
That's
Incredible.
amazing. Not even Bind, which would have been useful because
But it's
Wrap and
broken in
Bind
this
do
game.
the same- Yeah, and Fire Spin as well. Fire Spin too.
Well, they're not like the most broken because of their 85% accuracy, but they're still.
Oh yeah, they're worth having. It's like, do you have like an Arbok and is it like fast enough? All right, Toxic, now Bind, and it's like, let me do something. No, I don't think I will.
Well,
You will die a slow death, as I have deemed.
got my-
Actually, I think that's my Arbok in my red file. It knows those moves. Okay. So tabs about that sun. Good talk.
Sorry, I just remembered that I should probably unlock the door so that Izzy can get into the house when she gets back from work in a minute.
Yeah, I should probably unlock the door so the woman can get back in the house, I guess.
Now she only joins the stream just so she can be like, "Can you let me in,
Yeah,
please?"
that is always funny. The last time she did it was funny though because the door was actually unlocked and it was just like being a bit stiff and I just opened it and I was like, "You okay?" She's like, "Oh, I thought it was locked." I don't blame her because I do often forget to lock the door, but unlock the door. But the one time I didn't.
Yep, store that, and then you can sell it later.
Well, it's the thing that I always had to like teach myself when going back to this old Gen 1 is that you obviously have limited bag space.
Yeah, I understand why they did it, but that was a feature they kept until Gen 4, I believe.
Yeah, but at least like Gen 3 had it so that you had different bag like spaces so that each one had its own thing, you know. And even then, like the TMs didn't count.
That's why a lot of like hacks of like Pokemon Crystal, they kind of have the different bag space thing.
I'd love to see if I can catch a Pokemon, and then I will, of course, be buying the Magikarp because you have to. It doesn't matter if it doesn't help you. You have to. It's the law.
But of course, in typical Gen 1 fashion, Gyarados, because the physical attack. Well, to be fair, Gyarados' special stat isn't too terrible in these games.
Well, it's still, yeah. The stats and Gyarados' other stats and everything still make up for it, and the fact that you still have like stuff like Bite and that really means that Gyarados is still a chonker.
No, yeah, because Bite's normal in this game.
Yeah. So it's fucking Gust.
So that makes no sense because Dark didn't exist, but Flying did.
Yeah, it was bizarre. Like that. That Gust is normal. That was always. I guess it was just that you didn't have one for Pidgey, but I generally didn't get that because Spearow had Peck. So it was like it wasn't even like you didn't have another option for like getting through the forest. So it was just a weird choice that I had.
Oh, and here's one for you. Wing Attack only had 35 power.
Sorry, Jacob. Back in a sec. Sorry.
Yeah.
Just listen to the awesome battle music. Alright, I'm back. Sorry, Joe, what were you saying?
Is that wing attack in this game only had 35 power as opposed to 60. As opposed to the 60 it had.
Yeah. I mean, it's
I think
good
it-
for Pidgey because of it being its flying type move, but yeah, it is a bit weak sauce.
That's why you teach it Fly, because Fly is like the second best HM ever, because not only is it your main traversal tool to get from town to town, but it's also like not that bad in terms of power. And then Surf is just kind of like it's not the strongest, but I would argue Surf for a while was the best water move because it was high power, high accuracy, and it helped you, and it also helped you in traversal.
I was gonna say the one thing I will say that I really like that they got rid of later on was the TMs, the HMs, because it was annoying that you had to have them, and I wasn't. It didn't like ruin the game for me, but I genuinely preferred that when games later on like just did away with you needing them in your, in your
Or at the very
party.
least, they should just make them like you'd be able to like override them without having to go into a move deleter.
But yeah, but I remember it was a bit of an annoying that they had to be on your team, and it was like for the most part it was fine because they were mostly good moves. But like it's just a shame, that you did have to keep them for the most part, especially if you wanted to like look around the map, and I did, Like, so when I played it, quite often Bulbasaur unfortunately had cut, but, like, it wasn't like it ruined anything, but it's just a shame that it was, like, very niche times it was ever any use whatsoever.
Oh,
shit,
I forgot
to
Waterfall.
switch.
Waterfall's pretty good. It's 80 power, and it has the possibility to flinch. That's a decent one. Usually taught that to Gyarados.
Yeah, I was just gonna say Gyarados and Waterfall is a Chad combo. Oh,
Name a more iconic duo. I'll wait.
I think I'm gonna go back to the Pokemon Center after this battle. Oh my goodness, no!
Go Beedrill.
I was probably just gonna nickname him B anyway because I'm very uncreative, so it won't. We'll just know that he is B, even though he's a wasp.
So for me, either I name my Pokemon something retarded, like
Ooh,
in my in my Brilliant Diamond playthrough, I named my Octillery Noom and my Ambipom Schlorm. But then I'll also just have references like my Torterra's name is Iskandar, which is a reference to Alexander the Great in the Fate series. So, or I'll just be a fucking nerd, and when I come across Crocodile because it's a land crocodile, I'm like, your name is Postasuchus.
Oh, Joe, I
That
saw the
wasn't
other
a
day
crocodile.
actually, and I was like, "Wait, what is in this game?" I saw it was advert on Steam. I guess it was on sale or something, but it was like the Fate Stay Night like visual novel game on Steam, and advertisement.
Yeah.
And it was fine. Then in the tags, it was like not safe for work, and I was like, "What the fuck?"
It's weird because like it is a hentai visual novel. I have
wait,
not
it
played
is?
it, surprisingly.
I didn't know
Yes.
that. I just know that it was an anime. I was like, "Wait, what?" And it just confused the fuck out of me.
Yeah, yeah, and then it's just like this spanning franchise that has a lot of like, to be fair, is not the most coherent and has a lot of nonsense entries, but that has to deal with a lot of heavy subjects. Even Fate Stay Night in and of itself deals with a lot of heavy subjects. Anyway, here's a threesome with Artoria and Rin, and it's like,
Oh
oh,
no.
okay. And no, the idea of mana transfer in and of itself, like, it's like you can having sex is the best way to transfer energy
Of
to
course.
your servant. I'm like,
Of course.
either that or absorbing people's souls, and I'm like, okay, I see what you were on. I have not played it because like it's like a full blown visual novel. I'm used to like stuff like Fate Extra, which is more of a turn-based RPG, and I could rant about that game because I love that game, but I also hate its combat system. Or, you know, you could just go like full like Muso-esque game like Samurai or Extella. Yeah, like Fate Stay Night is the Fate franchise started off as like a hentai visual novel that also like just was like, yeah, no, there's smut in here. However, would you like a story about like about breaking by breaking a never-ending cycle of abuse, or to like trying to live up to one's ideals?
I mean, if you're gonna have a porn game, at least have a good story as well. You know, I'm just saying.
Oh yeah. Maybe in the visual novel, a lot of the stuff that I didn't like about certain routes that anime adaptation did, maybe it might make a bit more sense because there's a lot more time to tell the story. Because I did not like the Heaven's Fields movies, but there was a lot of it was for purely personal reasons, not necessarily because they were like maybe objectively bad. Because I love Gilgamesh in Fate. Gilgamesh is one of my favorite characters like ever, because he's someone that's like, I'm better than you. I know you are. You're and then but he gets absolutely like kind of gotten rid of really early and really quickly before he can really do anything in the Heavensfield route, which I don't like because he's a very main and important player in both of the other routes. He's the final boss in the other two, essentially. But I don't know. I like the Fate franchise for as silly and oftentimes nonsensical as it is. Cough, cough, Grand Order, cough, cough.
God damn it, you fucking little caterpillar. How dare you survive my rat?
I could be misremembering, but I believe in Gen 2, Twin Needle can poison steel types, I think.
It can. That's funny.
I think. Don't. I'm trying. I think
I'm a long way
I
off from
believe
that,
it
in
can.
fairness.
I know, but
yeah,
like,
we'll get there in the end.
I know. It's just that I just don't want to like make that as a declarative statement and it not working because
we'll
the
have
ability
Jake
to like
exposed, and I'll show this one clip.
It's like, how dare you? You know what? Fuck it. I'll look it up right now. I have access to the internet.
Oh my god!
Never give me access to the internet, folks.
Same with me, but I don't give me access to AI because I start doing weird shit. Like when
Yes,
when I got two of them to start talking to each other.
Oh god.
That was very unsettling when I got Red's AI and Shammy's AI just start chatting, and I was like, oh god, what have I done? This is how Skynet begins.
Yeah.
It was funny though. Did I tell you that actually, Jacob? When I
Yes, you did.
Did I tell you the conversation I got them to have is about the MCU?
Oh god. Oh no, I don't think you told me this one.
So it's not even a big one. It was just really on point. This is why like Blue Vector is actually like scarily like Red, where it went. Shammy's AI decided to start and went, "Let's talk about the MCU," and he said about our favorite movies, and he went, "Okay, but if you say Captain Marvel, I'm leaving."
I remember that.
And then luckily and then her AI was like, "Well, no, it's not that." But it was really funny. I was like, "Wow, this is weirdly on point."
Yeah.
We're all going to be replaced with AI.
And so, yeah, then I'll have different imaginary friends.
They'll have their own server and everything.
I had a look to see if I can get AI like plugged into Discord, and you can, but it's so much effort. I just didn't bother.
Yeah, that's fair. I did look it up. Yes, Twin Needle can poison steel types in Gen 2 because steel types were programmed to be unaffected by poison moves and their effects, not bug moves.
I mean, that's funny, but like you can kind of see why that was an oversight. Like it wasn't like this game where everything is a fuck up. Like that one is like, oh, I can see why you might have overlooked that, especially with Twin Needle not being a very much used move before kind of thing. Like in the grand scheme of your game.
Beedrill was the only one that can learn it for a while.
Yeah. Still funny though.
Oh, it is. It's hilarious. I think Twin Needle is still the best bug move in this game. Because there's like 3 that do damage, right?
Yeah.
Leech Life, Pin Missile, and Twin Needle.
Yeah. I don't know. A pin missile can be really good.
Oh yeah, it hits 5 times. But there's no skill link in this game. Which is funny, like, the only Pokemon that can learn Pin Missile are Beedrill and fucking Jolteon.
Is that true? I thought Sandslash can learn it.
No, they can learn Poison Sting.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they learn Poison Sting, if I believe.
This is like, I know any of my Pokemon can beat Metapod and Kakuna, but they'll just keep using hard, and so I just go for my special.
Yeah. Stop beating it. He's hardening. He likes it.
This is the only... lol. This is the only thing that I will... Oh, my brain went. Ignore me. Ignore me, I'm being retarded, because I've been doing this a lot recently. I think it's due to my medication, where I keep, like, starting the sentence and again, wait a minute, I've forgotten. And I didn't used to do that, but it's a small price to pay for not feeling like shit.
True. I've just been out of it a lot. No, I didn't touch you, but I was like 6 feet away from you, weirdo. I was out of your privy.
Jigglypuff.
Whatever. I've used a Wigglytuff before. It was fine, I guess.
Haha!
Disable. Oh no. It's gonna make you an invalid.
Oh no. What?
Oh,
yeah, I forgot it was random in this game.
Oh my god. Oh, what? Oh. See, I know there's some stuff that was like just stuff that maybe they didn't really think about necessarily, or it was just because they were trying to get it done in a certain amount of time, but there's just things that were like conscious choices that I don't know why they decided to make. Like, disable being random.
Is there anything I can catch here? Oh, I can catch Spearow. Well, I will do.
You could have caught Spirit. Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm trying to.
I
I'm doing it like semi-Nuzlocke, where I'm just catching the first one I catch in each area, so that I don't repeat myself in later games. I might have to, but in later ones. But at least it means that I'm going to be using different teams.
Yeah.
I like Spearow.
Oh yeah, I love Fearow. Fearow is really cool. It's probably the best of the early game flying types.
What should we call Spearow? Because I won't be using him that long.
Pikeman, because it uses its beak as a spear.
Sure. I'll use him, but he's probably going to be like the first one to get replaced, probably just because I have Pidgey and I like Pidgey and I have him.
So I kind of used to be the kid and the guy that's just like, I will use all the Pokemon I can get my hands on, just swap. And then I'm just like, and now I'm like, I will stick to a team that I have meticulously thought of.
I don't think I like meticulously think of it, but I used to be that I'd swap them out for every gym and then I'd be severely under level for the Elite Four and I'd just be headbutting it repeatedly, so I don't do that anymore.
Oh yeah. For me, it's just like, I want to use these Pokemon, and it's like, but do you want to catch any of the others? No, I really don't. I am not a complete the Pokedex guy. That's much work.
When I play a new game, I like to catch them all, but like, when I replay them, I don't tend to, you know.
Oh yeah. Especially with Gen 3, I think is the worst offender to complete the Pokedex. You need to like beat like 7 games, and even then, you can't get them all, because some of them are not available. Like Celebi, which was a chronic problem for a long time.
It kind of still is in the new game, so.
Well, yeah, because
I know they're not on the Pokedex themselves, but it's annoying that when you play Scarlet and Violet, like you can't catch the Waking Wind and all that because they were like timed events, and I refuse to like. If I'm playing when they're out, then I'll do them, but I refuse to like go, I'm gonna go back to get this one Pokemon. I'm like, no, I am not letting a game dictate when I have fun. I have fish.
Part of me wants to beat Scarlet and Violet, but another part's just like, don't. it's not worth it. But it's like I need to, I have to. I've given up on so many of these Pokemon games, and I haven't beaten them.
I had fun.
And that
I
used to be
really
the thing.
enjoyed Scarlet when I played it, but I've had no inclination to go back to it. Even that, you know, and I really used to love like replaying Pokemon games. But I've not really been replaying
even with
games
me, like,
properly since like Sun and Moon, because what you said the other day is totally true. You know about the that tutorial is just way too fucking long.
yes, the entire first island is the tutorial. I genuinely wish, because Crystal's the only one that's ever done this, is that the catching tutorial, it's like, do you know how to catch Pokemon? And you can just select yes or no. Because if it's the first time playing, you select no, and it's like, okay, here you go. But if it's not,
You can skip
you
it in this
select,
game, but you actively have to what do you call it? You have to do what I did when I just was playing just today, where doing the other stuff first and not go to them, otherwise you can't avoid it. It's weird.
yeah. So it's like weird that Jigglypuff only knows Sing for a bit, but because you get the TM for Water Gun in the Water Gun's a TM in this game. The TM for Water Gun in Mount Moon, I just taught it to Jigglypuff and said, okay, you can do damage now. Won't you do this for maybe a while?
It's determined
Oh my
for
God.
my fucking pipe to be asleep.
And the AI has infinite power points, by the way, in this game.
Yes, they do.
Which is all the funnier. It's just like, anyways, I'm going to defeat Lance's Dragonite with a level 2 Pidgey. How do you do that? Well, the AI doesn't know. Well, the trainer AI, I should say, doesn't know the difference between moves that do damage and moves that don't. All they know is that certain moves have a type advantage. So
You can soft lock yourself in what's it called? In the start though, if you have rage, because and you use a if you have like Primeape and that, because she'll keep using fucking rest.
Yeah. Now, granted, to be fair, you have to do that deliberately.
Yeah, but it's still funny.
You have to be really dumb. Yeah, it is funny. But that's kind of what I usually do. I usually want to get like a poison type in Gen 1, just so I can cheese Lance's Dragonite.
I love poison type. Like it's a genuine like a type that
Same.
I just genuine like when I played what was it? Pokemon Emerald. I had like Crobat was my boy.
Oh yeah, Crobat's really good. So Fire Red and Leaf Green, I think, are the worst remakes before Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl, I should say.
Are they?
Not necessarily due to any functionality, but not to, like functionality issues or whatever, but like it was too faithful, if that makes sense. You couldn't use any of the new evolutions in the main game.
Oh yeah, you had to wait till you'd beaten the Elite Four and that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, I want to use Crobat. No, you will use Golbat and be happy. But I don't want to use Golbat. No, you will use Golbat and be happy. I want to use Blissey. You will use Chansey and be happy.
I don't even disagree. I just remember it not bothering me, but it is odd because later on they did decide. I mean, maybe they learned from it that they realized that people just were like, "This is weird."
Oh yeah, Heart Gold, Soul Silver. They're like, yeah, no, you can use the new evolutions. We don't care. And it's like,
Well, they had
oh
some
my
of them
God.
that were like harder to get. Like if you wanted to evolve Gligar, that was you had to trade stuff in because you needed the item and stuff like that. But stuff like that didn't bother me because if you if you did do that, you could.
Yeah, I actually did do that.
I didn't do it with him, but
but,
I did it with my Steelix because I just wanted to use Steelix. I never used it before because it'd be. Oh yeah, there's one thing I have done with this game. I've used a randomizer, but obviously not for the Pokemon. But I have done it so that if I get a Ghastly, I can get a Gengar.
Oh, okay, so you don't need to trade.
Yeah, so that's the one thing I have done because, well, I can.
I guess, like, talk about another Pokemon that, like, was heavily restricted by, like, anemic movesets and, like, bad, like, type, attributes. Because Gengar is really good, but it's, like, was hindered by the pre-physical special split because of Ghost being a physical type. And in this game especially, it's like, Gengar is really good, it just can't get any stab because Lick is... Well, I can, because it knows Lick, but Lick is garbage. Why would you ever use Lick?
Alright, let's see what we get. My 90% chance of it being a Zubat.
Oh my god, no.
There
are
it is!
There are three things. There are only a few things in this universe that are infinite: time, space, stupid people, and the amount of Zubats you find in a cave. I was surprised how in Gen 7, Leech Life got a huge buff. It went from like 15 to 80 power.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, oh, holy what? For real? Damn. I love so many Pokemon in Sun and Moon. There are so many that I just absolutely adore.
I will grind on you
I love
all.
Crabominable. I love Crabominable. I love Golisopod.
That's
what
Watergun,
was
but
the?
I don't think anyone can learn it.
What was the?
Oh my
water
god,
strider
Rattata can
Pokemon?
learn it. That's pretty funny.
Well, that's because normal types to make up for their offensive inability in terms of like their stab moves. They said normal types can learn a wide variety of different moves.
Yeah, which
It's
is
just like,
well, which is totally fine, but I just find it funny just to visually see a Rattata use water gun.
Yeah, he just goes Rattata, use water gun. He just it's like projectile vomit. I'm finally uploading that podcast episode. I was just hesitant to do it because my laptop could not handle uploads more than 2 gigs. So if you upload something more than 2 gigs, you get it directly.
I had that with my old computer and bad internet. Yeah, like the combination, but I had issues with the similar. Yeah.
Yeah, and unfortunately, because I put it in the editor and it's now like 14 gigs. I let it upload overnight, but it only got half done over like 8 hours. I'm like, oh no, but hopefully it'll upload.
Get there in the end.
Oh, and I've finally gotten back to recording Veilguard.
Why? I know why, but why?
And this is something I already knew just from like watching other people review it and whatnot, but it's still something that still baffles me. Is that when you play as a Canary, you can't play one from the Cune.
Yeah.
So you're like, oh, is it because the Cune has beliefs that the developers don't agree with, so therefore you don't play as one from there because they would have to write certain pieces of dialogue?
I wouldn't be bothered if the game was good.
Even if the game was good, I'd still be bothered because it's just like, I don't know. I feel as if that you should have the choice between one that is and isn't from the Cune.
I get you, but it's like, I never minded in Dragon Age 2 that you had to play as a human, which other people did, because I was like, well, it's just tailored the story around you playing as Hawk, but it was a really well-written story. The gameplay had something to be desired, but like, I fucking love Dragon Age 2 for the story, which we've been over a lot of times, and it is one of my favorite Dragon Age games. Like, my favorite is the first one, but I genuinely am like, they just got... It was like, Dragon Age 1 was the GOAT. Dragon Age 2 was fucking, like, it was still really good for reasons, and it's just unfortunate that there were some reasons that made it not very good. But then it was like, Dragon Age Inquisition. I had fun with it, but I have lots of issues with it. And then Dragon Age Veilguard, I'm like, what the fuck happened? Which is how everyone felt.
Yeah. Dragon Age 2's, a lot of Dragon Age 2's issues just come down to the fact it's like, give us another Dragon Age game in a year. It's like, okay, we'll try. So that's why it's understandable that
they had
it's
good
like,
writers
okay,
though,
really
so it was still a really good game to play.
Yeah.
I mean, if you were into story like which I am, so
same.
I was totally on board with it,
same.
and there was
Dragon Age 2 is my favorite of them. I love Origins, and because like Veilguard is one of those games that's like, I care about Dragon Age. And it's like, the thing is, I've always cared about it, but it's, you play it and you're like, I really care about Dragon Age. Why do I still care?
I'm like Omni-Man, like on Thraxis, looking at all of the fucking dead people, and he's just like, why do I care?
Not relevant to anything, but I might do it when I play Pokemon Blue. But it's like one of my favorite Pokemon in Gen 1 is actually Paris, and it's just a shame that Paris sucks. But I love Paris.
Oh yeah, I'm actually using a Parasect in my it's on my team in the red playthrough, and it is neat that it can learn some good moves. Like Dig is 100 power in this game.
Yeah, But
I'm just like, oh wow. So
it really is just a shame though that as a Pokemon Paris. Ooh. Thank you, AI with random moves.
yeah. Zubit. Go Pikeman.
Stab in the face.
Yeah, I might start up a Blaze Black playthrough. I love Drayano's hacks, man. Like, I know they're not like as creative in the sense of like they're not like entirely new regions with new Pokemon and whatnot.
I really like those games, but I'm really bad at like applying emulate stuff. So unless I can find the copy to get, I'm really like fucking illiterate when it comes to like applying the. I'll have to do it one day.
Oh yeah, same. But like, I'm glad that the ROMs that are already set up and good to go exist. There's a Pokemon XD hack called it's like XG Next Generation, which it's XD, but it has a lot more Shadow Pokemon. It has Gen 6 mechanics, and like fairy typing is a thing, and you can catch an Alolan Marowak and Alolan Ninetales. So, I think that's neat. I never finished it because the unfortunate thing about like it's saying we'll give you more Shadow Pokemon to capture is that it's like almost it felt as if at a certain point like every other battle was one that had Shadow Pokemon, and I'm just like, oh fuck, you have all your team is Shadow Pokemon? You're just a random Cypher peon. Why? And because in Coliseum and XD, every battle is a double battle. It made me I don't like double battles. I never really cared for them, but then Coliseum and XD just made me hate them.
Oh, I wish they'd do more with double battles. I think you can do way more interesting stuff with double battles. I'm in this thing where I really like them, but I prefer Coliseum and XD's thing because I'd rather have a game around them, like single or double, because I don't like the randomly coming up. I'm like, oh, okay, I'll just do this for a bit. You know, okay, I've done it now, excellent. Because I just think there's a lot you can do. Like I really like watching the Pokemon VGC and all that. You know, but yeah, it's but I just kind of wish they would do it more. It was like I think it's a shame that in Pokemon Legends Arceus that they weren't in it basically when the other teams do have them in it. You know, that you're playing against.
Oh yeah.
Poison him! Poison him! Okay, don't
learn a better move.
Did we do that?
It's okay. He doesn't have an electric move. It's
yeah,
fine.
I just wanted him to poison him because.
And you don't need to and you don't have to worry about static because this is before abilities.
Right, to the Pokemon Center, because my Pokemon are feeling a bit under the weather. Like the soundtrack always was fucking great though.
Oh yeah, love the soundtrack.
Also, the transitions were good. Like they weren't hard cuts, so they did like the fade out and in, so it always felt quite natural, which is just good.
Yeah. One thing in Scarlet and Violet I did kind of like is I believe you can craft your own TMs, right?
Yes, it's a bit awkward because you have to have like the exact things you want, but luckily the game tells you which Pokemon you need to get this thing, so you know it's only down to when they're rare Pokemon.
Yeah.
But the one thing I will say as an evolution, I prefer Pokemon being in the overworld when you could look for even if you're sad and you're like shiny hunting or like I did when I just happened to find like 4 shinies on my first playthrough, just felt like, oh neat.
Yeah.
But it's like it's a shame because it's like it's the only thing I prefer.
Mm-hmm. I don't really like the new battling, like when you go and get into like a battle, instead of like going to like going to the classic like arena style presentation. It's like, anyways, here they are just battling. Like I get that this is what it would actually look like, but I want to see the old school version of when you get into the battling.
I don't mind it, but again, Scarlet and Violet is not well made, so there's often we get graphical issues. Not even when you play it, because I've been playing not recently, but I played through Violet way later. And well, I didn't play through, I didn't finish it, but I did a lot of it because I had fun. And yeah, there's the amount of times where like the camera's like clipping through stuff, and you're like, yeah, this is just like the nature of this, and then you're like, wait, no, it isn't, because there's games that could do this and it doesn't fuck up. It's just the Pokemon company getting lazy.
Arceus does it.
They did get too complacent. Like Arceus was like I mean, yeah, it has issues, but Arceus was the well-made game and has stuff that was really going for it. And it's like Scarlet and Violet, the main one, it sucks. Like, oh,
yeah,
it's weird.
Yeah. I will usually just defend Sword and Shield on the basis of like, it's not
Sword and
great,
Shield is fine,
but it's fine. It's just perfectly fine.
It's way more replayable than fucking Scarlet and Violet, in my opinion. I can replay Sword and Shield a lot more.
Yeah.
In fact, I have.
Oh, yeah,
I've played
same.
through them games quite a few times.
I played through Sword once, and I believe I've played through Shield once because I was like going to review it because I also have a capture card. My capture card is kind of ass. Though that might have been on my old laptop, it might be a lot better on my new PC, but I guess we will have to see.
I'm tempted because I do have a game capture somewhere I can dust off. If I ever get to the point where for like Sword and Shield, it's more like it's way off, and I by then I might just also be done, and also setting up my game capture is just effort that I'm too lazy.
Yeah. Because, like, one game that I want to get around to reviewing is Jump Force. Because you cannot find that game anywhere. However, I have a physical copy.
Oh, yeah, Jump. Yeah. Took me a while. I was like, wait, what? Oh, yeah, the anime one. The Shonen Jump one.
Yeah, and it's like, wow, this you would imagine that a game based off of Shonen Jump's properties would be very easy to get correct.
I saw Alvarad's video on it. That was pretty funny, but it's a game that I wouldn't play on my own. But you know, like, fighting games aren't really my jam, which is funny because when Max has held his tournaments, I've done pretty well at them.
Yeah, but Jump Force is one of those games where genuinely it feels as if it feels as if like it was made by people who don't care.
This
about,
is the level 21 Rattata, I think.
You mean Raticate?
Yes, I do. But I remember this one was the one that always scares me, and whenever I play... What does TMO1 do? Is that...
I don't remember.
Mega Punch.
I would save that.
Bubbles can learn it, though, but yeah, Bubbles gets way better moves.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna do everything like through randomizers or whoever I'm with, like when I pick the Fossils and Hitmonlee and Hitmonchan and all that, you know, so we'll see.
And I think I would say Hitmonlee is probably the best fighting type in Gen 1 because it learns fighting moves that are not entirely worthless.
And the high jump kick glitch is hilarious.
Oh, does high jump kick glitch?
It does. You take 1 recoil damage if you miss.
But like the regular jump kick, you take the intended amount of damage, correct?
Yeah, but it's still fun. Again, it's just always funny that this happened, and it didn't really matter in these old games because they were offline and that. But you're just like, man, they were banking on again the hopes, the dreams of like, please hold together, Pritt Stick, and it's kind of impressive how well these games hold up with all that stuff. Also, hey Red,
Hey.
you sound happy.
Hmm.
Excellent.
Are you just tired?
Oh
Yeah.
no.
Get wrapped, idiot.
Hmm.
How does it feel to be fondled by a snake?
I like snakes.
Well, of course, you have your precious boy.
He's cute. He has not been taken to the mouse this week, so I'm going to leave it with him overnight, and then if he doesn't have it, I'll just throw it out. I actually spooked him because he grabbed the mouse, but then accidentally splashed a little bit of water on him when I was playing his ball, and it turned him off. So I was like, oh shit, I'm sorry.
So it might just be one of those things where like this mouse just is no good and try a different one.
If he doesn't, I'll just feed him next week instead, because they can go a long time without eating.
Yeah.
Somebody told me, like, don't worry about it, because they had a python that didn't have food for like 6 months, and then it started eating again. Sometimes they'd be like that. Noodle isn't like that so far, but I'm not worried about him not eating if he doesn't. It's just, I just feel bad because it was entirely my fault. But
I want to get another reptile, but like, because I've had them in the past, but I didn't take care of them properly. And it's like one of my biggest regrets as a person. And I want to give one another try, but this is not enough room in this house or in my room.
oh yeah, I mean, like having a Noodle and a Tank is like, that's it. I'm done now.
Oh, you upgraded his space.
Noodle, no, but it's a this summer job. And
Ah,
when
okay,
I do it, we will take up like it'll be on the table, and it'll take up like most of it.
Yeah. You are King Noodle now. Everything you see is your kingdom. What about that dark shadowy place? That is the bedroom. You must never go there.
Izzy has made it a rule that he's not allowed in the bedroom. I think it's funny.
Yo, but he wants to be on the bed.
I'd say I'll do it one day, just like when she's on holiday or something, but I don't dare say it in case she ever hears this stream. In the future, because she does what I do, puts like old streams on for the doggos, you know.
Yeah.
So I didn't mean it. I was only joking. Lol.
It's okay, sweetie. I was only joking.
Well,
I was pretending to be the retarded.
Well, said that when I first was like, let's get. I want this snake's cute. You're not getting one. A month later, I've got a snake. I was like, well, you hadn't moved in yet, so it wasn't your call. You moved in 2 months
later.
later.
Fair.
But then it was still all my house.
This is my house, woman.
Throw out your Geodude, Hikerman.
One thing I wish they would have done in later Pokemon games with Magikarp is that because Splash is going to be on its moveset or whatever, that once it evolved into a Gyarados, like Splash became like a different move that was actually more powerful to represent what Magikarp is supposed to be. Where like these useless fish jump over the waterfall and become dragons.
You're right. I guess that's what Thrash is, but you don't learn Thrash for ages.
Yeah. I don't even really like Thrash.
No, but I think that it's kind of the point, but it doesn't learn it to like level 50 or something insane. It's not that.
Yeah.
It's a high level move.
And that's why I'm surprised they never made a regional variant of Gyarados that was part dragon. I understand why they didn't make him part.
Yeah.
I know why they didn't make him part dragon in this game, because he would have literally no weaknesses. No, he'd have rock as he'd be dragon water. So he would literally have no weaknesses because there's only one dragon move in this game and it does fixed damage. So
it would but you're right though, rock would be the one.
No, because it would be dragon water. Not
Oh,
dragon
I was
flying.
thinking. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. It wouldn't. Yeah, you're right. I mean, I don't even disagree, but at the same time, with how warped the balance thing is, it wouldn't even change anything. It would just.
Potentially, but like, I don't know. I'm just. It's kind of like making. They're going to making Charizard part dragon would be more justifiable. Because he would have like a weakness to ground and rock, which are relatively common. So why I think it was in Renegade Platinum he was no.
There it is.
No, well, Sceptile was part dragon.
Yeah, for the Mega
In
Revolution. Yeah.
those games. No. I'm talking about in it's Renegade Platinum.
Oh yeah,
like,
yeah.
just regular Sceptile was part dragon, and I'm like, that's cool.
I like
The
them
Sceptile
changing
is my
stuff
favorite.
because I like Sceptile, but Sceptile is a bit underpowered, like in the meta sense. But I fucking love Sceptile.
Oh yeah, so do I. Sceptile is my favorite Pokemon ever.
I always pick Trico.
Always loved Sceptile. Yeah, Trico. Trico's a cute little guy. He's a cute little lizard boy.
I liked it in the anime. I know in the games it isn't thingy, but I liked it in the anime where they're like Ash's Trico is like he's awesome. He doesn't have any grass moves, so and everyone's like, wait, what? Because it doesn't.
Well, no, then he learned Bullet Seed and then Leaf Blade.
Yeah, but
That was when he was a Grovyle.
no, he learned Bullet Seed as a Trico, but that was later. It was on the battle with against Roxanne.
Oh right, yeah, the Battle with Roxanne.
I'm gonna be shout out on the Pokemon anime because I've ordered my final copy of Ultimate Journeys to complete my collection today. So that's coming from America, end of the month. Because
I want to check out the new Gen 9 one with like the new cast.
it's good. I just prefer Ash. But Pokemon Horizons is a good show.
I've never really been a fan of Ash. Now I'm not as annoyed by him as I used to be.
I love Ash.
But...
Ash is my boy. Apart from Black and White, Ash has got a really good like character like growth. But then
It's
having rewatched Black and White, like Ash in Black and White is still good. It's just a shame that the fucking show seems to like be determined to stop that.
Yeah, it's like Black and White is the Gen 5 is the best generation in the games, but its anime is probably the worst.
Yeah, like the story of Black and White is still really interesting. But it's just bizarre how the show seems to bend over backwards to like nerf everything. But they do remember that Ash is competent, so they do make him at least make the right choices. And there's Lil Paris.
It must die now.
Yes.
You're gonna need to get through me.
Because you're the special one. You're not Jesse. This isn't Pokemon Yellow.
Yeah.
No, I didn't mean to.
Jesse James, Team Rocket Blast off at the speed of light. Surrender now and prepare
to fight.
fight. Team Rockets.
That was one thing I really like. The new voice actors are amazing, but like the main casualty was the guy that voiced James was fucking perfect.
Oh yeah, Eric Stewart.
But like
Oh,
the
God,
new
you
voice
heard
actors
that
are
they
all
were-
amazing though.
Yeah, you did hear about Misty's original voice actor passing away like a year ago, right?
No, that's sad.
Yeah, Rachel Lilith, may she rest in peace. Very good. It's one of those things where like the 4Kids actors were good. It was just the people giving them scripts and directing them were really shit.
Yeah, I mean, like sorry, because I know it didn't come across this way, but like it made it like I kind of did make it sound like the old voice actors weren't good. They were. It was, but like you said, it was just 4Kids sucked. Oh, Pikeman.
Yeah. Show them why you are the Pike. You
Yeah,
are
he's
the
too-
Pike.
He's too low. And he's confused. He's gonna fucking hit himself in the face again. He's gonna headbutt the wall. But not with headbutt. like fucking classic music goes so hard.
Yeah. Though I think the Sinnoh or the Unova music is probably my favorite.
You know,
Although Zinnia's theme in Oras's goes really hard.
the one that confused me, this is more of like a meta thing anyway, but it's like I always got confused as shit as to why in the Japanese like Unova region was called the Ishu region, and they changed it. And it's the only one they did that for, and it was weird.
Yeah, especially considering it was supposed to be America.
Yeah, I just
America.
I mean, Unova sounds cool. Don't get me wrong. It's not like it's bad. I'm just confused because it's the only one they did it for. Like, if they did it for all of them, I'd just go, oh, they just did it, but they didn't. It was just weird.
Yeah.
Hey, stop! I found these fossils. They're both mine. And this guy's like,
Says
wah.
you, bitch. Wah.
Yeah.
Wah. Wah. Grimer.
Take sand, bitch.
Oh no, he's gonna make you an invalid. I want to see like I want to see like an animation where like it's kind of like the one where like the Muck used acid on Pikachu and he started tripping balls.
I love that.
But I want to
actually
see the
thought
one.
was cute.
But then I want to see an animation where someone used disable on a Pokemon and becomes mentally handicapped.
That's really funny.
It's like Grimer used disable on the Pidgey. The Pidgey just starts to.
Piggy. Although Pidgey doesn't
Or better yet, like
say its name.
it's like I used it on a Hitmonlee, and the Hitmonlee's he can't walk anymore because he's a piece of paraplegic.
Oh no.
He's good.
Fucking burb.
I kind of miss this design for Weezing where the face was on the bottom. It really sells the mutated by air pollution aesthetic.
I always thought it was upside down though when I played it because of later stuff. And it's just not, it's just different design.
Yeah. I also missed Kakuna's little hands as well. Man, for 4 hours? Jesus Christ. You're not even to Cerulean City yet? Scrub.
Right then. You won't see it, but I'm gonna get I'm gonna get my dice up to see which fossil I choose. Alright, 1 to 3 will be the left and all the way around. I'm picking the left one.
Typical liberal, always going for the left. Dome fossil.
I always end up picking the Dome Fossil because although like Armanite and Armastar are good Pokemon, like I just fucking Kabuto and Kabutops are fucking Jads.
Oh yeah.
We're free.
I love Kabutops. Its design is so fucking cool.
Yeah, like it just.
I'm a
can't beat it.
Trilobite. Anyways, here's my scythe arms, and it's like I don't remember this being in the Permian. It's like, of course you don't, idiot.
You're a scrub.
Yes.
I don't know what that does.
Mega kick, maybe.
Whirlwind.
Whirlwind. Oh, so that's just free money then. Got it.
I can see a use for it, but yeah, I probably won't use it on little Pidgey. To the Pokemon Center, and then I'll catch whatever's in that grass. Which in this game is it a Sandshrew or is it Ekans?
It's Ekans.
That'd be cool.
Sandshrew is blue. I like Sandshrew. I wish Sandshrew's moveset was better though.
Yeah, that's
Isn't it
a lot of
natural
effort,
moveset?
especially Gen 1. Because I mean, like, I know what you mean, but like in later gens, you have got the TMs to make it better. But yeah, in the first games, you're like, man.
Yeah,
I love like Sandshrew and
Grant-
Sandslash is cute.
because granted, like Sandslash, I think can learn rocks. It can learn Rock Slide, so you can like Rock Slide, Earthquake, Slash, and I believe he can learn Swords Dance. So I think I could be wrong about that, but like, and then you're just like, okay, so this isn't too bad, and his speed stat isn't high enough to where, Slash would critical all the time. Because another problem with this game is that critical hits ignore all stat changes, including your own. So if you buff your attack to really high, it will ignore your attack buff and just do normal critical hit damage.
Right, let's see if we can catch something.
Yes, let us see. Can we catch the thing? Well, what's the thing? I don't know, you're the thing.
Let's see what STD we catch this time. Imagine a Pokemon mod where you go
Here,
and
take
getting all the STDs.
Here, take this blood test. Why?
You need it. So Ekans!
Arbok has a pretty decent
Let's Kobe.
TM moveset.
We'll Kobe it first to see what happens.
Yeah. But, oh, what is it? But, like, it can learn, like, Rock Slide and Earthquake, which I think is cool.
Kobe!
Are you gonna name it Noodle?
I am. Move silently and stealthily. Eats the eggs of birds such as Pidgey and Spearow Hole. Neat.
Like Pokemon in the anime. Oh, adorable. Pokemon in the Pokedex lore. Jeez, it's just like Cthulhu or something.
Can you remember that
Like,
episode where they tried to eat a Magikarp? That's funny as I love that episode.
Oh yeah, that's funny.
Magikarp is all skin and bones.
Driftwood.
Fuck you! Straight away.
Didn't Meowth bite into a Magikarp and break his teeth?
Yeah, that's the episode.
I love how it's like Lapras is an endangered species, and you're just like, oh, damn.
But I need it, so...
That's unfortunate. It's like, that's unfortunate. And then in later Dex entries, it's like, through conservation efforts, Lapras populations have gone up. And it's like this meme of this guy who's bred a Lapras and is constantly releasing the Lapras into the wild. And it's like, you son of a bitch, you actually did it.
Oh yeah, I've seen that. That's pretty cool. That's pretty funny, yeah. I like Lapras. But, oh my god, that sprite's great.
I love that. Yeah.
Looks like a joystick. Wait, I want to find something out. Yeah, I forget, like, it overrides, doesn't it? Because I was just thinking...
Oh, right, because in this game, like, with duo types, the type that is mentioned first,
Yeah.
even, like, if it... Yeah, it'll say super effective, even though it's doing neutral damage.
So I was just like, wait, hang on, I wonder what it says, but no, it's still not very effective. I was curious.
I do want to do a review of, like, Red and Blue.
I think when you play like Red and Blue and that, you've just kind of got to meet the game halfway and just understand like when it was, but it's still fun just to point out all of its flaws because a lot of it is more like trivia stuff because everyone knows all this shit, but...
Oh yeah, I know, but like when I say that mechanically these are the worst games, I'm not trying to like be like, oh, actually this thing that you liked back in the day was bad. I'm like, no, there are just a lot of issues that I think people ignore because a lot of the more recent games don't have the excuse this game did.
I mean, yeah, it's just...
And they're letting that...
It's one of those things, but it is. Like, these games are the worst Pokemon games, and it is purely just because of when they were made and how they had to make them and stuff like that. And you're like, doesn't make them any better, though. Like... like...
Yeah.
Like, they're still fun as fuck. Like, if anyone told me that these games aren't fun because of the issues, I'm like, well, it's subjective, but you are wrong.
Yeah, fair. I mean, like... Again, like, I have so much fun exploiting certain glitches. It's like, anyways, I got to Cinnabar Island. Ah, I see. I'm going to be a rich man. Not that I already wasn't, because I know how to exploit the Mew glitch pretty well. Like, you can get a level 100 team before Misty if you really wanted to.
I don't do that. I don't clone rare candies. I just clone stuff like TMs, nuggets, ethers, elixirs, potions. That's what I clone. But I don't clone like rare candies. Just simply because it's like, oh yeah, no, I don't want to make the game too easy.
Oh.
Oh no.
That's because I've mapped it to my
Although
controller.
Yeah. Although sometimes I am tempted to clone the rare candies just because it's like, grinding in this game is not great. There's no like lucky eggs or anything, and like chance, like the high experience yield Pokemon like Chansey, you can't really, you know.
No, it's only with like speed up that it's like bearable. Well, I say that like, you can play it, but like you just got to accept that you're going to lose a lot of Pokemon, which I would just rather do this.
Yeah. You were my brother Ekans.
I keep doing that.
I loved you.
If I press speed up and B, it opens ChatGPT. I need to work out what my shortcut for that is, because I don't want that to be the shortcut.
Alright. I must unfortunately part ways. I do want to get some of my own stuff done.
Yeah.
Have a good time with your Pokemon
With my
Red.
Pikmin, yeah.
I will now probably also start playing some of my own Pokemon games now. Thanks a lot, Asa. I'm now restarting games.
Hey.
Because this has made me realize why I love Pokemon. You keep doing it.
I keep doing it.
Yeah.
I do it. It's because it didn't used to do that because I didn't have ChatGPT before when I last played it. So.
Yeah. Oh, also just my One Piece update. I have met Blackbeard.
It's a cool scene.
Yeah, it is a cool scene. Bellamy is a psychopath.
Yeah, Bellamy's a really cool, like, small bad guy, like, relatively speaking.
Yep. I'm finally getting into it now, like, fully, not necessarily just, like, you know... this is neat.
Well, I told you
More
before,
like
Skypiea, the next arc you're getting to is when I fell in love with One Piece, so I'm like, I get it, because I was, like, up until that point, I was like, oh, it's fun, like, really fun, but I wasn't, like, I didn't have the adore factor that I do now, but Skypiea was the one that completely swapped me. Well, not swapped me, because I was already enjoying it, but you know what I mean.
Yeah. Also, my issue is that I think I choose some of the worst times to, like, actually watch it, where it's like, oh, okay, I got, like, a half hour before I start my shift. I'll watch an episode. People start talking to me, and I have to respond back and not be rude, and like, oh, fuck, I have to restart this episode now.
No.
Alright.
Take care.
I shall talk to you boys later. You too. In May the noodle protect you.
You hear that, hero? You're one of the boys now.
I'm one of the boys.
Yay!
Yay! Yay!
Yeah, it's a promotion.
Damn, Red, updating your enemies in your room or something? What?
No, a package.
Is this for his friends?
He's hiding his enemies. He's duct taping the bodies.
I think we'll get there before I finish this up for today. But Red, I named my rival Red because I thought it was funny. He needs to make sure the gun doesn't go off in postage.
It's just a pouch for...
Oh, he's got grenades in there, okay.
Yeah, of course.
See, we're racing through now that Noodle can fight back. Did it again because I wanted to go back. God damn it, AC, you fucking retard.
Did you apparently Kathleen Kennedy is supposed to be stepping down from Star Wars by the end of this year?
Yeah, I saw that. It will change absolutely nothing.
I'm like, I remember seeing someone comment that she should have been long gone. I'm like, I agree.
I agree, but it's like I don't think that I think people are thinking like, oh, when she's gone, Star Wars will get better again. It's like, no.
No.
If Star Wars gets better, it won't be just because she left.
It was because there's people who actually care.
Yeah.
Who's gonna replace her? Filoni?
Don't know. Probably, unfortunately.
Man. That music is getting really fucking annoying.
Well, you can mute it.
I will. Much better.
It doesn't help it's on speed up, but once I get to the actual gameplay, then I'll be back to playing it normally. Ooh. Come on, no, level up, you fuck. There we go. Wheeland Hyperfang, neat. I can actually do damage now, little shit. There we go. Level 15. Man, rap is fucking broken. That'll do. onto the actual game.
Oh, just to take advantage of the silence.
Mhm.
Allegedly, it seems that Russians are using more and more donkeys because they are running out of utility vehicles.
Really?
Yeah.
That's funny.
I think it's still in, I don't know, at least 5 of them were C, I think. It's not really a big thing just yet.
Oh, we'll see. They're all desperately trying to close the war, aren't they?
Yeah, and
About
Trump
time.
is trying to, let's be honest, try to lose that war.
It'd be fine if it's like the conditions that Ukraine can live with, isn't it? It's just if that's it.
Yeah, but that's not what Trump is going for.
No, I know, but I don't. I think he thinks he
The-
has more like say than he does.
The issue is that he kinda does. Hopefully Ukraine will tell him to fuck off, and Europe can do a lot of stuff too.
Well, Europe aren't like stopping funding stuff and everything like that.
Yeah.
It's just if
Not even mention Europe can still buy weapons, American weapons for Ukraine still. So
yeah. So it's not.
not everything is lost, but it's really just sad to see American government that's to a large extent compromised by Russia. Like, I think the man in charge in Pentagon right now is someone who was previously denied security clearances for being compromised by Iran and China.
Yeah, it is a shame that the people on the left that were panicking about Trump have actually like unfortunately like they had a point, and it's just like
Yeah,
and
they just
and it's just like
they
not
just,
not for the home stuff but for everything else.
for the international politics. Like, it really seems like they were right in 2016. They were just on massive fucking delay.
I still think it was just like insane that it was ever like Trump versus Hillary back in the day. Like that should have been like right. This was a meme. It wasn't. This was a mistake. Because it was just always just like what would you call it? Like just like a bad it was always just like a really stupid thing that was ever a thing.
Like, honestly, in 2016, globally, I think it was better outcome to have Trump.
Oh yeah, but again, it's like it was probably just for America itself better to have Trump than Kamala. But it's just a bit like you're like, why were it those two again though? You know, why not like real people?
Like the retard versus who is she again?
I don't know.
Also, that fucking cringe fest like 2 weeks ago. Then there was JD Vance in Munich. When they were supposed to talk about the resolution of Ukrainian war, and instead JD Vance was talking about freedom of speech in Europe. And then he went to talk to fucking Alternative für Deutschland, which is a party who is constantly accused of being fucking neo-Nazis. And this retard is talking about free speech in Europe.
It is, but
Like,
again,
are you actually fucking for real?
But it's a shame again though that the left shoot themselves in the foot when somebody's saying, "Yeah, the problem with the Nazis is that they had too much free speech," and like, "Oh, for fuck's sake, really?"
Somebody actually said that.
Yeah, and you're like, "Why on earth is this the opposition?" It's just sad. But again, it's I like Stephen Fry's thing where it was like it's not the success of the right, it's the failure of the left just going insane. Not that the right have got like any better, and it's because both parties suck. But it's just like one of them just is fucking like nosedived way harder. I beat you, Red.
Yeah, sorry, that stuff about ceasefire in Ukraine is living rent-free in my fucking head because it's looking pretty bleak.
I mean, I still think it's just hilariously embarrassing that Russia still is, you know.
In the position they are,
Yeah, like I feel.
with nothing but hundreds of thousands angry Ukrainians defending their homeland, and let's be honest, literal change that US and Europe can be bothered to spare.
Yeah, so it really is like totally Ukraine's victory, like no matter what happens, which is it's just like how embarrassing for Russia.
At the very least, local victory, but the massive issue right now is that if Russia gets to keep all the occupied territory, or worse, even all of the 4 regions that they don't even fully occupy, then that's just gonna encourage them to continue this. Either against Ukraine or against Baltic countries or against the entire NATO.
Well, it's that thing which it's funny that no one's like pointing out, but it's like the capitulation thing. It's like it's the same thing that they did with Hitler, and I hate using that like argument of like, oh,
no, that's absolutely fair comparison.
But
unironically,
but I mean, like people use it like so like nonchalantly nowadays, like for everything that it's lost meaning, but it is actually what's happened. It happening.
Yeah, I honestly kind of feel stupid for disagreeing with you when you were being harsh. Now, 3 years later, I'm like, wow, yeah, you were fucking right.
Yeah, you were like, they weren't that. It's not quite the. Oh wait, yeah, and it's just the time always tells, doesn't it? Yeah,
apparently there are still hundreds of thousands kidnapped Ukrainian children to Russia and given to Russian families for re-education, and that's just classic Nazi Germany move.
Yeah. Just
like unironic.
It's just like you can't even like say like you're being over dramatic. It's like yeah, it's just it's like just as
look
like
at the rhetorics.
Literal comparison. It's the same thing.
Look at what they did to Ukrainian people, how they are torturing war prisoners, or how they are treating people in the occupied areas. It's just as you said, people got used to throw that word everywhere, but calling Russian Nazis is, let's not be too dramatic and say 75% accurate.
Well, it's definitely true with the administration. I don't think it's true for the people, but because the people sort of feel what.
That's what I used to think, but right now I think they are just completely engulfed by the propaganda.
Oh no, they are, but I mean, it is. Well, I'd say it is the propaganda, but it's like people still have brains; they can still like learn from it, but they just don't. So it's one.
Yeah, they have the ability to learn; they just don't use it. Is what it looks like.
So
I really used to think they weren't that retarded like they are, for example, in China, but no, they kind of are. So that's also depressing.
And it is like if the administration would change, then it would change, but it's just not gonna because of this.
Yeah, but it's autocratic systems.
Yeah,
so.
exactly. With how with what they've set it up as, it's just not gonna. I beat Lass, and now my burb is gonna get bigger.
I will choose not to make that joke. That.
She fell asleep.
That is fair. Always work.
She was saying at the start that it's better.
That's nice.
It's still like shitty, but not as shitty.
Yeah, I think I told her, but I kind of nervous for her when she said she's gonna be a driver for Amazon.
Well, I think working for Amazon in general is always just a real precarious situation to be in.
Mm-hmm.
But she's still like looking for other work. It's just Oh, I think she's back.
We may never know.
Okay.
I was asking about your work. I
Oh,
didn't
sorry.
know you were
I
not
was.
there.
Um,
Yeah, you ran away when I started talking about politics.
I was watching this video about a Jaws ride incident. I mean, what was it? They didn't have me working today. They didn't have me working yesterday. And I
Because you are
assume
too good and you would get them out of.
put them out of business.
Exactly.
You're too good for this world, Tabs.
But I assume that there is something going on with like the packages because I guess they didn't have enough or something going on yesterday because my grandpa was talking to somebody and so I guess they didn't want people they wanted the faster delivery drivers out instead. I did end up like what was it? Monday when I was out there, I like hit something.
Mm-hmm.
So
A
that may have
A
also
child.
been a defining factor. No, I didn't hit a child. I hit a
Funny.
branch that like fucked up the light and the side of the truck. So that was probably actually I have a picture of it. It wasn't even like I was going that fast.
It's also funny that obviously me and Asa both thought that you had the child.
Yeah.
Yeah, if I hit a child, I was probably gonna be fired.
Among
But
other
yeah.
things.
Monkey.
But yeah, that's the back of the truck. It hit like a small thin branch. I wasn't even going fast. I was going like 5 miles backwards. And it fucked up and the light would like come off. And so then like I would be driving down the road, next thing you know, I would just hear it pop off and it's just hanging. And I'm like, fuck. And then like it takes me like it would take because the area that I was in it was like 40 minutes away. So I would be driving and then like maybe hit like a speed bump and then it would like dislodge and it would just be hanging off. And I'm like, God damn it. And I'm like, I'm not stopping in this area, so I would have to get all the way back.
And lose your truck.
Well, it's not like we get the same truck every day. We get a different truck.
So you can pretend it's fixed.
They had to ground it because no, they're not gonna let us use that.
Mm.
But yeah, they didn't have me working today, so I was like, all right, that's fine with me. Get to have like yesterday, today,
Day
up
off.
until Saturday off. Oh my god.
It's the guy with the whip.
Team Rocket. Not the whip.
Oh,
Yeah.
Rattle's so good. Rattle's
How's your day been,
actually
Red?
like a goat. It's just a shame that he drops off pretty quick.
My day was about as good as a usual day.
Mm.
Which means
But not good.
not great. You could almost say that I straight up not had a great time at work. Something that I didn't expect to happen happened.
What
We
happened?
actually managed to catch up on all the orders and we ran out of work.
Well, neat.
Yeah. So now I'm just sitting there all day doing quality control.
I know Sunday, I think they had like less than 50% of packages for us to deliver. So I was helping this one girl who I've been talking with. And I took some of her bags and I finished her packages within like 2 hours. And then they were like, "Oh yeah, come back to the station. We'll give you this like flex, these flex packages." And I only had like 5 of them.
Mhm.
And then I had to drive out there, and I could only deliver 3 of them because one I couldn't find the house because it was basically like it said that it was on this one road, but the actual location was like an hour away. But it had me right there, and I was like, I'm not driving an hour out, and I couldn't get in contact with the customer. And then there's like some with that you need a code, but you can't just leave the package there anyway. So I had to bring it back. But I'll tell you, Monday, like I honestly really hate it because the area that I'm in, I think really any area, is on the map. It'll be like, okay, like let's say it says that I have to deliver a package to your house, Red. And it'll be like, okay, this is where Red's house is. I know, like, I see it. I'm right there. I'm at your door. But then all of a sudden it'll be like, oh, no, you're not actually at Red's house on the map. You're down the road.
I guess
So
shit like
then
that
you
would work all the time, you know, with me finding patients' houses that I've not been to before, yeah.
And then it's just like, you're not at Red's house. You're all the way down the road. And so you need to call support to get them to fix it, so they can move the pin. And so then I'm stuck having to get in contact with support, which takes about 5 to 10 minutes. And then you get held up because you're trying to get this sorted. And that happened to me Monday night when I had like 11 packages left, and I had the customer right in front of me, and it wanted me to basically just go down the road to do it. And I was like, I'm not gonna get this guy to come with me all the way down the middle of the road to give him his package. and because you would have to drive all the way down his driveway, and I was like, I'm not doing that. And I had to call support like three or 4 times. And when I called the guy, he was like, oh, I can't find your stuff, which happened like an hour ago. He's like, I can't find any of your information. You're going to have to call us back. And I was like, can I not just give you this info now? And he's like, no, you're going to have to call back. So then I did. And the guy who was on the phone, he was just like, oh, how can I help you? And I was just like, I need to do this, this, and this. And he's like, okay, yeah, sure. I can do that. I was like, what the fuck? I was like, this guy didn't even ask me for a phone number or anything. He was just able to do it. And then I was just like, look, there's another package that I couldn't deliver. Can you just put down that I can't deliver it because I can't find the address? He was like, yeah, sure, I can do that too. I was like, what? I was like, why can't I just get you, man? Like, you seem to be able to do your job. Did I tell you that last week I got stuck in a ditch?
Not me.
Last Monday, the day that they rehired me after firing me the previous day,
Mhm.
when I got off the phone with my boss, she was just like, be careful out there, don't get stuck.
Oh
And
no.
Immediately get stuck.
I went, like, an hour later, so, it started getting dark out, and so I was trying to find this one house, and I passed it. So I had to turn around. So I was going back, and it's one of those driveways where it's like, you can drive in one side and like go kind of like in a half circle to get around to the other side. You know what I'm talking about?
No, but continue.
It's like a continuing driveway from one side to the other. And so I had missed the driveway part and landed straight in the ditch. And I was like, what the fuck? And I was just like, I'm gonna have to call dispatch. And then this guy's 3 German Shepherds started running towards the truck. I was like, well, I'm gonna stay in here. And then the guy came out, and then I was so lucky to have a good Samaritan who came and helped me out and got me out of the truck, or got me out of the ditch. And then I finished my route, and I was like, well, I got stuck. But I had someone help me, so you didn't have to worry about it. You didn't have to pay for it.
What a day.
Yeah.
Get him, bub. Look at that dopey fucking face. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yes, really.
God damn it, bub. Well, I'm going to Pokemon Center anyway. Have a go again. Man, Psychic types are so good in this game. Well, I was going to say if I hit all 5 I could win, but that didn't happen. Yeah. He missed. God damn it!
I still have like, how many? Let me take a look. Like 30 something games that I wanted to play from my Steam library that I didn't even touch before.
Yeah.
And here I am playing Kingdom Come again.
I've been doing that. Like, I was like, I got loads of games to play. Play Harry Potter, play Hogwarts Legacy, and then today it's Pokemon. Game I didn't even pay for. Well, pay for it like 25 years ago. Well, I didn't pay for it, my mum did, but you know what I mean.
It has been paid for.
Which legally is all that matters, is that somebody bought it once.
I would say the important part is when nobody comes in to demand more money.
I agree. But legally, Nintendo can't even be bothered because I own a copy upstairs somewhere. So even if in theory anyone was like, you didn't pay for this game, I'd be like, I have the cartridge. Does it work? I have it. No one said anything about usability. Stop, Noodle! Oh, idea that my snake in the other room just goes, what? Good boy, Noodle. Good boy! Ada, got him! Oh, you think you can hide from me? My turtle will fucking gauze on you. Way to go, Bubbles. I'm a good guy. I've got a girlfriend. Way to go, buddy.
He's so proud of himself.
He's so happy. My mom never believed in me, but... I'm gonna save here, because this is the bit where you can break your game if you fuck this up. If you grab this and like save and reload your game like without thingy, the guy teleports back and you're stuck in there forever.
Oh god.
Like you just softlock your game. You can like Bubbles can. Yeah. Well, that's how you do that. No, it's not. Oh, you press it twice, maybe. It is.
It is.
It be what it do, Yug.
Truly.
Na 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 na. Last one.
The fuck was that?
What?
Oh yeah, I forgot that dogs howling in this game is sounds like a fucking werewolf.
Ooh.
Yeah, hi there.
Yeah, I do a good dog impression.
For
That's what I was gonna say, Bryn.
I'm glad you two agree on with each other.
He's my boy. We agree on everything. Except for when he goes to my bag to fucking steal the sweets.
Does that happen often?
No, but it's yeah, it does. But usually I keep my bag out the way because of that. Because he thinks there's stuff in there, and there's very rarely is. But last couple of times he's done it, he's just like taking everything everywhere, like strewn it everywhere. Look for food. And last time he got a sweets, which I'm not usually bothered by, other than I just wanted to kill himself, you know, and sweets I've got in like chocolates. But but it's the fact they ate the wrapping paper last time. I'm like, I'm glad they weren't the plastic ones. You stupid fuck. Da, da, da. I like the idea that his machine just makes that noise, like did you program that? Yes. Huh. Oh, okay. Did you not get them in this game? Guess not.
Probably not.
In later games, he gives you like the Jolteon, the EV evolution, like things just to add to your Pokedex. Not that it matters, but I was just like, wait, did you not get them? I guess that's why he gives you the ticket instead.
Mm-hmm.
What if I'll catch Dew the Meowth again? I'm gonna save the game. Just to make sure I don't lose any data. And I'm gonna stop streaming there.